Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Learn Laugh. I'm Sarah, your host for today's fascinating topic.
And I'm Ryan. We're excited to dive into a story of innovation, impact, and global demand, the story of the iPhone.
That's right. The iPhone isn't just a phone, it's a cultural icon. Today, we'll explore its history, what makes it different, and why its demand remains so high even after more than 15 years.
Ryan, sounds like a packed episode. Let's start with the history. Sarah, do you remember the year when it all began?
Of course, the year was 2007, and Steve Jobs stood on stage at the Macworld conference to unveil the first iPhone. He described it as a combination of three revolutionary products: a widescreen iPod with touch controls, a mobile phone, and an internet communicator.
I love how Apple introduced the concept of the smartphone in such a simple yet groundbreaking way. Before the iPhone, most phones had physical keyboards and limited functionality.
Right. The iPhone's multi-touch interface was revolutionary. You could swipe, pinch, and tap, a completely new way of interacting with a phone.
And let's not forget the design. The first iPhone had a sleek glass front and aluminum back, standing out in a market dominated by bulky, plastic phones.
Absolutely. Then, in 2008, Apple introduced the App Store. That was a game changer. It turned the iPhone into a platform where developers could create apps for everything from gaming to productivity.
And that's when the iPhone really started to change how we use technology. It wasn't just a phone anymore, it became a personal assistant, a camera, a gaming device, and so much more.
Exactly. Now let's shift gears. Ryan, what do you think makes the iPhone different from other phones?
Oh, there are so many things, but if I had to choose one, I'd say it's the integration of hardware and software. Apple designs both, ensuring they work perfectly together.
That's a great point. The seamless experience is one of Apple's biggest strengths. Whether it's iOS, the App Store, or the iPhone's camera, everything feels polished and intuitive.
And speaking of the ecosystem, the iPhone isn't just a standalone device. It connects effortlessly with other Apple products like the MacBook, iPad, and Apple Watch.
True. Another unique aspect is Apple's commitment to design. Every detail, from the material to the user interface, is carefully thought out. Even the packaging feels premium.
Let's not forget about security and privacy. Features like Face ID and end-to-end encryption for iMessages and FaceTime make the iPhone one of the most secure devices out there.
Absolutely. And these innovations set Apple apart, making the iPhone more than just a device, it's an experience.
Now, here's the big question. Why is the demand for iPhones so high, even with so many alternatives available?
Great question. I think a big part of it is brand loyalty. Apple has built a reputation for quality and reliability, so people trust their products.
Definitely. Plus, there's a status symbol associated with owning an iPhone. It's not just a phone, it's a statement of style and tech savviness.
And then there's the resale value. iPhones tend to hold their value much better than most other smartphones, making them a smart investment.
True. Another factor is Apple's marketing. Their product launches feel like global events, and they've mastered the art of building anticipation.
And let's not forget the software updates. Apple provides regular updates even for older models, ensuring users don't feel left behind.
Absolutely. That level of support keeps people coming back. And of course, the iPhone's innovation plays a big role in its demand. Features like the Retina display, cinematic camera modes, and A-series chips set benchmarks for the entire industry.
Speaking of innovation, do you remember how Apple removed the headphone jack and introduced AirPods? That decision sparked debates but ultimately influenced the entire industry.
Yes, and the same thing happened with the introduction of Face ID and the removal of the home button. Apple isn't afraid to take bold steps, and those risks often pay off.
Exactly. And that's why, despite competition from brands like Samsung, Google, and others, the iPhone continues to dominate in key markets.
It's amazing to think about how the iPhone has evolved from the first model to today's advanced devices with 5G, promotion displays, and incredible cameras.
And it shows no signs of slowing down. With every new release, Apple manages to capture attention and maintain its loyal fan base.
So, to wrap things up, the iPhone's history is a story of continuous innovation, attention to detail, and a deep understanding of what users want.
And that's why the iPhone remains unmatched in a crowded market. It's not just a phone, it's a phenomenon.
Well said. Sarah, and that's it for today's episode of Learn Laugh.
Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends.
And let us know your thoughts. What's your favorite iPhone feature? Until next time, take care.